of East Africa. I'm a safari enthusiast and nature lover. Today I'm going to bring you seven points about what you need to get into East Africa and have a safe, smooth travel. First, I will start with you need to get your papers right? You need your passport, obviously. You need your clearances if you're coming here for work. If you're coming for documentaries, you'll need a license to it. Most of all, at all countries, we need as a COVID test. You will not go anywhere through East Africa without those ones. The other in Europe, places where you people are getting vaccination certificates, they are going to get through, but in Kenya you obviously need some of these things. That please understand, get to know that if there's any travel bans from your country and these sides, or if places that you're trying to get into while you're in East Africa, mostly in Kenya, if you have curfew bans, if you have travel restrictions to sections that you like to visit, like in the Masai Mara, if account is closed, please understand you will not pass, and that will be a waste of your time and money. You need to cover this from your travel advisory. You need to check from the system that is from MOH, Minister of Health from Kenya. You check their system. This information is provided there, and I think it's done mostly for East Africa. I speak for East Africa. Second will be to book hotel, obviously, where you're going to stay. Most people like to use two companies, but nowadays it's becoming easier to use travel sites, booking.com, hotel.com. TripAdvisor also helps, and you can get good prices when you book in terms of offers. So you can book for yourself and make sure that the payments go through, and you can even go ahead and call the hotels and make sure that all your accommodation needs are taken care of. Second from that, third from that will be to check for if there's any requirements to get into those countries in terms of shots, in terms of the places you go, you need some other shots to make sure that you're safe. For now, COVID-19 it's become a pandemic that is universal, so we have to get some of those things. Make sure that you don't walk into a variant prone area that has a different kind of COVID-19, like let's say the moment is Delta. You have to obviously have this information at hand when you're traveling. Get to know if there's any advisory. Again, as the CDC says, that the diseases like in Congo and anything anywhere else, you have to know this prior to hand. You don't harm yourself, but to enjoy your trip. Fourth is now how you're going to travel around. That many people don't like the hassle, so you can use a tour company. Visit some sites, but be very careful. There are also scammers in the net that will like to take your money and don't do anything. There are others who will take your money and give you the wrong services. You will be asking for a Land Cruiser for gas, and they will be given a van. You will be asking for a good vehicle, you'll be given a rickety vehicle, and there's nothing you can do once you're here. So determine it from your friends, from referrals, from people who can refer you well, like agents. Pay them a small fee and cut the hassle. Other people like to travel on their own. Guys like we'll assume like honeymooners. They like to have a feel of travel themselves. Then again you have to check very well, unless somebody has referred you to a tour company. Maybe make some calls to people. Make sure on the ground these vehicles exist and in good condition. When you're picking a vehicle, please check it out if it's okay, if it works well, and if it works well, because somebody else will give you a faulty vehicle, and then on the material day of transacting with it, if in case you spoil it, he will hold you liable for that. Look for a good tour company. Check in the net if it's trustable. If it's trustworthy, check the vehicle before you leave with it and return it in good condition, so that maybe if you have a deposit to it, you can get it back. Fifth will be currency of the country you're going to. We have in East Africa. East Africa is three countries: Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Uganda being at the top of the table, Tanzania follows, and Kenya being the powerhouse. Also, a dollar transacts for about 100 shillings or 109 shillings to a dollar. And then Tanzanian shillings most probably cost much more, and in Uganda much more. You will want to know your currency, so that you know when you're doing purchases what is right, because people get to lose that touch of it. You don't know how much something costs in Kenya shillings, and if you're using dollars to purchase, traders will like to take advantage of that. That is a country, but you have to be careful. It's good sometimes to have friends around, if you have a guide who's taking you around, or somebody can advise you against buying things that are overpriced. Sixth of all will be getting a local guide, somebody you can talk to, somebody can advise you. You can have a guidebook, but it's good to just talk to somebody in person who will tell you that what are the kind of advantages those guys will take, and how we are going to go around and purchase things, souvenirs, if you want to gift items in curio shops. If you do not know the value of money, people will rip you off. The sixth of it is culture. Here in Kenya, people will like to get paid for their services, even just showing you around, show you here and there. Please carry some few tips around in Kenya shillings. Those guys don't like foreign currency, so 100, 200 shillings is something reasonable to give out. $2 a dollar, and as soon as somebody shows you something, you keep to offer them. It gives them morale to keep on showing you more things and everything. People just like getting paid. People don't do things for free in East Africa. Religion, please respect it. There are places where things like PDA, public display of affections, are not allowed in the Islamic Muslim state. Like in Kenya, it will be Mombasa. In Nairobi, it's in the Eastleigh area. You don't get to walk with the extremely short trousers. You can, yes, you can, but if you get to where there are restaurants or any other places, nobody will get offended. You don't get to ask in a Muslim restaurant just for pork, or you get to associate with them as though in a manner that is different from their religion. There are also acceptable norms, how you transact here. Kenya doesn't allow for things like that are easy, that have been allowed in any other place, like traffic porn and pleasures for their guests that is done on a daylight. So some things will be frowned upon. When you walk around with a younger kid, if you do walk around with a younger kid, yeah, like you said, it takes an array of things and religions. Kenyans have several kind of religions, Muslim and Christians, and for the Christian, there are things you do not allow to happen when you're around here. Europe is a liberal country, but we have focused about some other things, so you should maybe enlighten yourself before you coming this way. There are obviously a lot of other things that we could share, but these 7 things are most important when you're coming around here, to make sure that you get the safari that you need. So check out my next video, please, and subscribe on the top here to make sure that you get enough videos to know how to move against when you're in East Africa. Welcome.